97.5 Y Countrycast.
Alrighty, we are back.
I just woke the dog up. Plinko's
Did
not
you?
happy.
He's not thrilled with you, but that's okay because he needs to be awake for this episode, the fourth installment of our Y Country cast. And Johnny Walker, Matt Malone are here. And, you know, we had a great time last week. I will say that having Kiki join us and having you show me up a little bit on the female-based products, well, it hurt my ego a little bit, but I think I've recovered a little bit. Yeah, you know, I grew up, I've got, you know, my girlfriend Gina, she has a lot of the things that, you know, she had the hair blow dryer deal, the face roller deal, and I still don't know the names of them clearly, but I know what they are. And so, and then growing up with four women in one house, I should have done better, basically is what I'm saying. So if you missed that episode, check out episode 3, and you should get a laugh out of it. But we got more. This is the next new week, new topics, new conversation. And there's something cool that there's a business in, I don't know where it is. It's a big national brand. I don't know where the headquarters is, but they're doing something new, Johnny, and it's called No Zoom Fridays. And I think that's kind of a cool, almost like a perk, right? Like they're saying, all right, you don't have to do this on Fridays. Focus on your work, you know, take it easier, a little bit easier at least for that point. And it got me thinking about different holidays and different other perks that maybe you could be having at work. Maybe, you know, more sleep Mondays where you don't start at 8 a.m. You instead start at 10 a.m., you know, things like that. But have you ever had a job that gave you like those different perks?
Well, I would say, I mean, just from this last year, I've had some perks of working from home. So I get to hang out with my dog. I get to hang out with Jocelyn. I get to, you know, work in my pajamas. So that's been a work perk. I have had places I've worked where they've brought in like pizza on Fridays and I didn't have to pay for it. So I didn't have to worry about lunch. And it was big pizza, like huge, like 24-inch wide pizza, which signed me up for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's been other companies. Actually, this company, they asked me if I wanted my bills paid for at a certain restaurant. Like they're like, you have this much money that you can spend in the year at this restaurant.
Wow,
it was great.
Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, I was like, wait, you're gonna let me go to a restaurant, eat delicious food that I already love, and then I don't have to pay for it?
Done.
Sign me up. Yeah. Can this renew every year? Because I'll take a food subscription over a gym subscription any day.
All the time. Yeah. You almost need both of them. You also need to get, I don't know, a subscription to a pharmacy for insulin as well, because I feel like your blood sugar is going to go straight through the roof. But you know, that's a good, obviously a good way to go with, you know, having a food subscription. I think everybody needs to eat, right? And that's something, a job that I worked at in Madison, Wisconsin. Tons of perks, tons of really cool perks. And the reason why is because the job itself, it was not an easy job, right? It was a fun group of people, but when you're selling technology to the funeral home industry, it is it's only for a certain amount of people, right? Not everybody can do that job. So trying to get these perks to keep people around was what their goal was. So we had a full stocked pantry full of snacks. So every day we can have lunch right there at the office, already paid for. I mean, burritos, we had sandwiches, microwavable sandwiches, we had bread, and we can make our own sandwiches. We had a keg, a tapper right on the break. Absolutely. Shuffleboard. We had, we had a bunch of, I don't know why I left.
Wait, you quit? I was going to say, you quit this job?
Yeah. It's strange, but I quit it to come here, by the way. But they also had a really cool thing, which I don't think enough businesses do, but they had a masseuse, a traveling masseuse that would come in every other Thursday, and everybody on the team would get about a 15 to 20 minute massage. And it was the greatest thing ever. It was awesome.
I've heard of this. I think there's a company here. that does that, where they have
Really?
a masseuse come in like at least once a month, maybe not once a week. But yeah,
It is such a cool thing to know that, you know, you're having a little bit of that appreciation there too. And then on top of that, lunch, as if the pantry wasn't enough, lunch was catered every Friday. He would get a different restaurant to bring food in for us, and it was a great thing.
There was one time I worked somewhere and they gave us or the company itself had season tickets at the local minor league baseball team, and we would give them away to people, but every once in a while there'd be these odd days or odd times. It was like, 2:00 on a Saturday or something, and maybe people didn't want to go, or middle of a Sunday, and they said, if the tickets are available, you can have them. So I went to probably 5 or 6 baseball games for free.
Just because they had some tickets. That's awesome. I love that. So a lot of company perks out there. What is the most odd job that you've had? The most unconventional, we'll say, for where you are now?
Like what weird job I've had?
Yeah, I mean, because it's not, I wouldn't say necessarily weird job, but one that clearly isn't something that led you into the path of being on the radio.
I worked for a porta potty company.
That's what I was going to say. I knew that was going to be the one.
Yeah, that was a good one. And I actually got the job because I was in radio. So because working on the radio was my first real job.
Yeah.
Out of high school, and I've been doing it ever since. But then I was part-time and needed more work, and was like, man, I really need to find a full-time job. I'm in college. I got to pay my bills. And somebody said, hey, this porta potty company needs some people, and you're young, and you like new things and trying new stuff. And I was like, sure, I'll do it. What's it pay? And it was paying actually more than what I was getting paid at the radio station. So I was like, yeah, sign me up. It's great.
It's awesome.
Help me pay for college.
I would say that is not a bad job at all, because that's one that you learn a lot of different aspects of the world that way, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like people, but there are times where I don't mind not being around people sometimes. Yeah. And I got to drive a truck by myself, work on my own time, and it was great.
Cool.
Good, a little smelly, but it was great.
Lifetime supply of nose plugs. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say mine would be obviously working for the technology company focused on the funeral industry was definitely eye-opening. But my first ever job, I was actually a janitor. I was a custodian for my school district.
Nice.
I got to do so many different avenues, vacuuming, obviously, but being able to strip tile floors, sand gym floors, and reseal those with my buddy Keith Hansen.
Was that after you got out of high school?
No, it was actually in high school. Nice. So I was actually in high school working. I would work before and after football practice.
Yeah.
I was making more money than anybody else in my class.
Right.
Which was pretty cool too.
And you're already there.
Yeah,
you're already
exactly.
there at school. It's like just stay a little after or go in a little earlier. That's what I loved when I was in college. I had jobs on campus, and it was perfect because it was in between classes. I could go work my job for an hour, or after school was done, go work. Didn't have to drive anywhere.
Right.
That's
excellent.
A work perk. Not
it is a work
perk.
Perk.
Anywhere.
Saving gas. Yeah. Saving gas, saving money that way. You could ride your bike if you needed to, or just walk.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right. What do you have for the Y Countrycast today?
So since it has been a year now since we've been dealing with most of us working from home, is there a new activity that you have tried in the last year? It could be cooking something or just something totally new, maybe learning a new skill. Have you done any of that stuff?
I have not done it to the point where other people have been like learning languages and that kind of stuff, but I've just been working. Straight through. I don't actually sleep too. I work the whole time.
Yeah, when we started work from home, I knew this was going to be bad for you because as much as you don't get disconnect as much, it's like, oh, well, I can do this and we're working and it'll be midnight and I'm just stuck in front of a computer. So
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what about you? Because you have so many different skills.
I do.
That you're so humble about. So tell us,
what did you do? What are my skills? I mean, I know that I have my talking skills.
You're great at accents. Yeah,
I am good at accents.
Great at cartoon voices.
I am.
You
I try.
can cook pretty well, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not bad at cooking. I mean, I think one of the things that I have tried that was new is when we got this house, we started gardening. And I think one of the new things that I was doing was planting something new. I had zucchini that I was planting, and it was kind of Jocelyn was in charge of most of it, but it was like my thing that she was like, you're the one that's got to pay attention because you're the one that wanted zucchini. You got to pay attention and make sure they're okay. And I mean, they turned out okay, but we learned a lot. That's the good part about a lot of people starting gardens and doing all that is that it's a learning experience. You write it down, take notes. That's always a good thing. Take notes, because we did that and we were looking back at our notes to plan for this year. And it's like, totally forgot about some of that stuff. So
sure.
So yeah, zucchini will be better this year, I promise.
Good. Well, I appreciate that. Well, Gina wanted to garden too. I am all about helping with the garden, but she's the brains behind the operation. We had a bunch of zucchini, and we had huge zucchini. Like, it was ridiculous how by the end of the season how big they were. But I mean, I would say that might be a new skill or task or whatever that we decided to take on. But it was all her. I watered the plants on days that she wasn't able to. And, I did my part there. So that's about it. That's all I got. Yeah. I'm not skilled.
It's cool to see something grow though. Like, especially the zucchini, like you'd be gone for 3 days and all of a sudden you have a zucchini. That's ridiculous. You know what they say in Indiana?
I don't.
Zucchini, don't you?
No, please enlighten me.
In Indiana, don't leave your car unlocked because you'll end up with zucchini in your back seat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
That's well, at least Jocelyn's family always says that. Like, they used when they were growing, because her mom grew up in Indiana. She said if your car was unlocked, some farmer would just toss zucchini because zucchini grows so fast and so much. And so they just said, yeah, if your car's unlocked, you're going to get zucchini in your back seat.
There you go. If you would rather not pay for it at the grocery store,
just leave your car unlocked.
Just go drive to Indiana for a little bit. 24 hours, you think? Is that enough time?
At least, yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, Jonny, there we go. Our next episode of the Y Country Cast. I've got to come up with some better skills. I need to be better about doing, skill things instead of just working, right?
I think that's a great idea.
All right. Wish I was as cool as Jonny. Come on.